As soon as YouTube sees that we're live, we're going to go live. All right, we are now in live. Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey Untitled. Perhaps you've been here before. If you have, welcome back. If you've never been here before, we're glad you're here because you're in for the biggest expletive you've ever been in for. Anyways, it's going to be a good show. Today we're going to be talking about stuff. So grab a glass of whiskey, like this one right here, and join us, won't you? Oh man, why can't I make the screen bigger so I can see the chat? Can I push this sideways? Oh, I can. Ooh, that helps me a little bit. No, it's actually a little blurry, which is weird, but I don't understand why that is. Not worried about it.
Hey everybody, Gregor.
How do I move this?
Oh, what's up, guys? You guys doing well? Ollie, how you doing, man? Haven't heard from you in a while.
Doing all right. Well, you've been busy with work like nonstop, so I just assume that you're just like busy with work nonstop.
It has been like,
so that's what's
I
up.
talked to you was
Tolv, Gregor, Christian, Shimon, Gregor, Tolv, Gregor, Christian, Shimon, Gregor. Hello. What is this madness? You gotta tell him this
in
is
chat.
whiskey.
1, 2, or 3.
Oh, he doesn't know what he's going to be drinking. So 1 is probably cat's anus, 2 is probably dog's anus, and 3 is Balblair 1990. Oh, I
by
see.
name, I'll do know.
Christian went right to 2. Kevin said 1. 3 is the only number nobody's picked.
Shimon, if it's your first time here, please just pick 1.
Shimon, it's your first time here. Hey, to everybody who's tuning in for the first time, welcome to the worst whiskey show you've ever watched.
What's a Toki wall high?
You mean a Toki highball?
There's a wall high, so.
Is it a Toki highball that's as tall as a wall? That would be a wall high highball. Does it say Toki wall high highball?
Oh, it just says highball.
Are you just making this up?
Can't see it.
Wally. I don't see. No, like I said, it's kind of blurry. That's why. So I don't see Toki highball.
Anyway, once you get the numbers in, what's in your glass,
Gregor
my friend?
said it. Maybe he just means a Toki highball with my recipe instead of the regular recipe. In my glass is what I poured from Instagram because, as you guys know, it's Glen Talker's cast strength, and I didn't want to pour a whole lot because I don't want that bottle to go away so fast because it tastes fantastic. And
yeah, that was a random bottle that we found at.
I'm gonna miss it.
Where did we
at
find
Strathila.
Strathila. Yeah, it was Strathila, right? Just a random place we drove to on the map.
I've actually been there twice.
Wally recipe.
Yeah, it's the good recipe. That's why you just use straight 6.5 ounces of ginger beer, Fever Tree ginger beer, and like makes it.
Kevin,
so
sadly, I need to drive later. Can't drink.
It's Tuesday, 1, 2, and 3. That seems extreme.
For me, it's definitely.
If you're an alcoholic and you know it, clap your hands. All right.
But yeah, no, I'm drinking some port.
Is that a new bottle?
No, it's the same bottle.
What is that?
Port from last week.
That was still an option?
No, it wasn't an option.
It's messed up.
My options are 1.
So what were the options then if you're drinking port?
Oh no, the options aren't port. My mind picked.
Oh, in that case, why are we picking numbers? Have you purchased any new bottles since last week?
Hells to the nose, but I did get a new monitor for the show.
Can I say something crazy on the show? So what's going on?
And why do you
Drew?
need permission?
So because this is super weird and it involves people who watch us on this show sometimes.
How are you doing, people he's talking about right now?
Somebody hit me up and said that they didn't know that this is really weird. I'll explain in order. Somebody hit me up on Instagram and was like, hey, I was at Jack Rose and I bought a bottle and I don't want it. Do you want it? And I was like, depends on what bottle it is and did you open it or not? And so the guy said, no, he didn't open it. And I was like, I'm interested. What did you get? So he named off one bottle and I was like, nah, don't care. He named off the second bottle and I was like, I kind of care. And I was like, how much for that second bottle? And he was like, $125. And I was like, okay, I'll take it. And then I thought he was I thought he was like down the street. Stag Junior's pretty good. Stag Bag, yeah. So I thought the guy was down the street. He was in Pennsylvania. I was like, what? I was like, so how are you gonna get this bottle to me? I was like, just ship it to me. I was like, I'll give you $145. That covers $20 for shipping and handling. Just ship it to me. So he did.
He thought you were gonna go to it. Didn't know where you were.
Yeah, I thought he was down the street, and then we were talking, and he's like, "No, I'm in Pennsylvania," and I was like, "How did you get to Jack Rose?"
Yeah, well, this YouTube goes nationwide.
All right, so it's weird. So, anyways, long story short, I bought the bottle from him, and so I have 2 new bottles this week, and that's one of them. So,
and one of those bottles is
it is the Single Malts of Scotland Linkwood 12.
Was it Cello?
What?
Cello?
No, I know Cello. So I sent Cello a wee beastie. I have no problem knowing Cello. But no, this guy was literally random, because after I paid him the money and he was like, all right, I got the box ready, I'm going to mail it out tomorrow. He was like, hey, I just looked on your Instagram. Are you a whiskey influencer? And I was like, what? I was like, how did you DM me without seeing like my feed? Like, I don't understand. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's so
from
weird.
The show, or is this person?
And then I was like, that's what I said. I said, how did you even get my name? And he's like, oh, I've got another friend who saw you on YouTube, and so he recommended that I talk to you because he said you'd buy bottles. And I'm like, what? Wow. I'm not even known for buying bottles, but I bought this one.
Now you are, my friend. Now you are.
Yeah, I like literally. It's funny because I passed this up at Jack Rose when Bill was talking about it, but it was just really weird. Like the whole conversation, I was like, what? So I don't know what's going on.
And to be honest, that's
he was sliding in the DMs.
Pretty good segue into our show, right? Like just how.
No, I have a second bottle.
No, I'm saying it's a good segue.
Oh, that would have been a good segue. I should have shown the first bottle first. Do you guys want to see what the first bottle is?
This is our first time doing this, guys, so I hope you guys are doing well.
I've never done this before. Don't know what's going on. Here's my first bottle.
Yeah, so I was surprised you picked that bottle up because we've been talking about it for a while.
I didn't pick it up, but my brother did, and notice how it has the VAT covered sticker, which means that it was bought from the UK and no VAT paid. So apparently my brother said that he didn't pay any tariffs either, so I don't know where he ordered from, but it
was probably before the tariffs?
No.
Sure it wasn't brought in before the tariffs?
It's very sure. So yeah, he bought it. It's like 48.7% non-chill filter. Like, I'm really excited about this because it's supposed to be a good balance of like heather and barley. So we'll see what's up.
Interesting.
Live on Scotch and Tiff episode, because I decided that we're going to start doing kind of videos called uncorkings, where we open bottles fresh, like unboxings, but for whiskey people.
Hey, good for you, man. Trying something new, trying something different.
Yeah, new, different.
Huh. I think that'd be pretty cool. Like, hardest thing for, I think
it's gonna be real good with Ardbeg.
That how, just not pointing at anybody, how dishonest some people.
Are you getting into the topic today?
No, just in general. I'm just talking about like how I'm glad you're doing something like this, and hopefully you guys are as honest as you how good are, especially from the. A lot of dishonest people. Oh, this is great. This is the best shit ever. Or oh my god, blah blah blah.
Oh, I mean, I am gonna leave that alone only because it immediately makes me think of Shimon. Tell me that bridge. I immediately think of something happening on Instagram right now that I
for reals
super skeeved out by, but that's a whole different issue.
Airplane.
Yeah, no, my brain is going 1,000 miles an hour in every direction except for the one that is today's topic. So we're supposed to be talking about the whiskey community and what's been going on. But now that you made me think of like mean people and people taking advantage of people and stuff like that, along with a set of text messages I got earlier from somebody else on the whiskey Instagram. Yeah, this stuff just adds up to, if you don't know what to do in life, be nice. If you don't do anything else, be kind. Like, literally. Right? Like,
I'm the total opposite.
If you have to make a choice between being right and being kind, swallow your pride. Just be kind. Like, it's worth it. It's worth the face saving. It's worth letting somebody else figure it out. It's not worth the aggravation and the anger you're going to get.
And we're soapboxing today.
Sorry, I did not mean to do that. There's just been a lot going on Instagram, and like, it's just, some stuff is really bothering me. Like, some stuff that should be hashtag ad right now, and I'm just getting tired of seeing it. But that's a whole different issue.
So, I personally don't believe
just be a doofus. I'll be a doofus.
No, it's just I guess I come from a different childhood where people are just the time come to accept that they're a dick because they're a dick, not because they're
Of course,
trying to be a dick.
there are people out there like that.
Yeah, so I believe in the fact that if people treat you that way, or if things are it's just that's how it is, right? Like that's how people are, and it's not because of what you're doing. That's just generally how they are with people in general.
Yeah, a lot of times it's just people who are in pain cause other people pain too,
And
or
plus, like
hurting people hurt people.
and I've always had the belief that everyone wants something from you. I know that's very negative with the world, but I
don't
think
believe
people
that,
do
but
things
that's
for a
all it is.
reason. You know what I mean? Like, and
People do things for a reason, but it's not always something that they want from you. Sometimes the reason is purely just because it brings them joy to know that they brought something to your life.
it's kind of like what I heard
That
recently
is a reward in and of itself.
with how, like, if you are not getting sold something, you're being sold as a product.
That's just marketing jargon, because the reality of it is there are things in life that happen that don't involve people who are trying to take advantage of anybody on either side, and that's okay because
How
that
big
can
is
be
our
normal
soapbox
also.
going? Fuck, one-
You know, I don't know. It's just getting ridiculous, but that's what I'm saying. We need to get back to the topic. And Kevin, I can never be a dad. It's a long story, but I don't want to be. Let somebody else have kids. I hope I can't physically be a dad. I would hope not. With all the Diet Coke I drink, you probably have cancer.
So why are we doing this? Like, is this like our thing?
I don't know. But the point of everything that I was saying is I'm not a dad. Christian, enjoy your ice cream. And let's get to the topic, which is about the whiskey community during COVID.
It's not about measuring sticks?
No, it's not about measuring sticks. That's a lot of people think that life is about measuring sticks, and it's really not about that at all.
Why do we both have one nearby?
I don't know. Wait, what kind is yours? No, that doesn't matter. Whiskey topic. What are we doing?
Not sponsored.
Oh, is yours a Stanley? Oh, yours a DeWalt? All right. I feel better.
Sorry, I was measuring for a new couch in my room.
Size matters. 750 for 700. It depends. Like when I bought my Mac number 6, like I did a lot of calculations to see how much that other 50 milliliter would cost, and believe me, I made out like a bandit.
But yeah, anyway, we're still gonna go onto that same topic, but it's gonna be on a different lens. I've actually been taking a break from Instagram, and thank you all for voting. The 200 plus people that actually
You've been taking a break from Instagram. Who's been posting all those weird stories?
I just post random stories. I enjoy stories more than I enjoy normal posting. What do you think? How do you feel?
You would. I like both, but it depends. If my life has stuff going on, I want to share stories.
That's kind of why I like
sitting around doing nothing or working on weird projects like carbon fiber. Then I don't want to share with anybody.
I know, like I feel as though that your feed is like a catalog of what your work or wants to be, should be, how it. I think
more
raw
catalog of way too many bottles. Stories is more fun too. You can post dumb stuff in stories. Like, did you see that steak I had last night?
Yeah, but I was more curious on why didn't you order what do you call it, prime rib instead of steak?
No, because that was filet, dude. That was coffee cured filet.
Because I was like, with that spinach dip there, I'm like cream corn. If there's cream corn there, I'm like, I knew there was prime rib coming somewhere.
Cream spinach.
I know, I saw that.
Spinach a la carte, so good.
Was it your birthday?
No, but the coffee cured filet is like. I wanted to get the trio medallions filet, but I was like, whatever. I'm getting coffee cured.
Oh, since we were talking about stories and stuff like that. Yeah, what's up with Reels? Have you done Reels yet?
Reels sucks balls. I still like TikTok, even though I deleted it from my phone because I should have never watched that reverse engineer. TikTok takes a lot of information that's not appropriate. But Instagram got busted recently too. People were using the beta, and the beta of new beta for iPhone tells you when Instagram is using your microphone and your camera. And
just random times too.
All the time. And Instagram is like, it's a glitch. We'll look into it. And everybody's like, sure it is.
Yeah, dude, I personally don't think.
I've definitely seen mine glitch where it says that it's using my microphone. There's some shady business going on with all the advertising stuff.
I have my Alexas everywhere. They're listening.
Oh, I don't do Alexas. Actually, my last company that I worked for gave me an Alexa for my 5-year anniversary. Took it out of the box. I saw that it was an Alexa, and I threw it right in the trash can. Thanks for the 5 years.
Wow. And the thing is, if you know Wally's company, that's very interesting.
Yeah, I don't trust that kind of stuff. But, well, that's a whole different issue. Because people in my company also work outside of the places where I work. So, all right, what's the deal with Reels? Yeah, that's it. That's all we're gonna talk about. Reels. It's supposed to be a more permanent story that's more like with TikTok creativity. But here's the thing: TikTok did a good job of mimicking Vine, and Vine was like the pinnacle of creative work. If you're a creative person, Vine was like you had to make an incredible story, right? That's the whole point of stories, to tell somebody a story in 7 seconds, and it was sick.
Gregor, just you wait till your kid turns off the light switch. You can't turn it.
Oh, I've screwed with Alexas in my friends' houses. There are lots of videos online where you can make Alexas.
Or you just click the lights off 3 times and reset.
Or like literally, if you have your volume up on your computer right now, too much, Alexa, play Hypa Hypa by Eskimo Callboy.
It probably would, but it's on my earphone.
I just hope that somebody is listening, so that the next time somebody listens to this on replay, they're gonna hear Hypa.
Where'd this come from?
Such a good song.
But yeah, no, we just wanted to kind of talk about how Instagram's doing, just social media in general, how companies are dealing with it on a view of 2020. So, it's been a while. So.
Oh, because you haven't been on recently. Like, I love how at first with COVID, all these companies were like, "Oh, Christian, nice." I love how all these companies were like, let's do live streams. And they did 1 million billion live streams. And it got really saturated and really annoying. No offense to everybody.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we just do the same thing every week on Tuesday. So yeah, the number of extra live streams got really, really annoying. And I love how it's dead now. Because that's what I said. And I've said this before. And when Charles started his Instagram, same thing to him as advice. Consistency is what people are looking for. And so if you can't be consistent and you're just going to do it flash in the pan, just know that you're going to gain a bunch of weirdos and then lose a lot of people. You're going to be like, well, that wasn't a thing. But if you're going to be consistent, continue to do it. Absolutely. If you're going to start it, do it. You know, if you can. Obviously, there are situations where people can't, but you get the idea. Charles, I don't like that second screen you're getting ready there.
Oh, no, it's just there because, like, I can just, like, just transition it. Like, just...
But yes. Oh, wait. So who here has done virtual? So virtual.
Oh, damn.
But hey, just to let you guys know, next, so I've gone to one cigar bar since all of this nonsense, and it was really recently. And next week, I'm not joking, somebody on Instagram is throwing an event, and I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Wow.
It's outside. It's outside. It's at a location where people will be plenty social distance apart. Everybody's got to bring some interesting bottles, otherwise you can't get in. It's a whole different issue. And then it should be a good time.
For me, I'm gonna say panicked, but I definitely like freaked out.
I wouldn't even freak out. I've been trying to go out. So my family went out to eat yesterday at a steakhouse, and there were maybe 4 tables full, and it's literally a steakhouse that normally has like over 100 people, and there were literally 16 of us. No, there weren't, because that one table only had 2. There were literally 12 of us in the whole place with a full running kitchen, and the whole place, like, we were in the 4 corners of the restaurant. It was so weird.
Ours was really close apart, and you know how like those Korean barbie hot pot type places are right there.
Yeah, usually close to your table, but you can't move. Like, they have the thing, the exhaust and everything. Like, you can't move all that stuff. That's all piped in.
And like my wife kind of gave me a slap in the face. Like, why are you panicking? I just came like this person cleaned.
Yeah, plus it's got those exhaust things. It's gonna pull it all out. Everybody's been doing extra. Like,
I wasn't worried about the people in my group. Like, that was just for me. Like, I don't know why. It kind of like when you
everything's cleaner right now than ever before.
Yeah, it's like
that's bridge, heights though. The heights is stupid. I'm just dumb.
It was just like I just stopped.
Yeah, I think the event's gonna be fine. It's gonna be safe. There's gonna be nothing wrong with it, and I don't want to get into the numbers, but I think we're going to be fine. It's whatever.
I think you guys will be fine, too. I think everyone's being hyper alert with it. I understand.
For me, personally. But that's the thing. For those of us who are like OCD and all about washing our hands before, we were already hyper alert. You know how many people I watch and I'm like, dude, that's the dirty garbage. Like, there's some just dirty people out there. So, Scotch Society, you guys are doing 2 events in October down there in Miami? Outside, of course. And that's the way to do it right now. Like, if you want to throw an event, you can totally do it. Just do it outside. I can't.
Invite Wally.
My job doesn't allow it.
You find a day?
I'm not allowed to travel more than 100 miles from my place of work.
Oh, for reals?
For real. They extended it to 250, and then a few people got it, and then they shrunk it down to 100. It was 50 originally. Yeah, we're not
where you live or where you work.
Where we work. We're not regular people. And then the people who lived more than 50 miles from work had to get exempt. It's a long story. I don't work in a regular facility. That's the thing.
So, so Wally works at the COVID facility that researches.
Yeah, right. I wish.
Apparently, though, people.
If you guys want to know where I work, there was a New York Times article that said, and none of us in my building knew this, that the people who handle aliens of Area 51 information are in my building. And I was like, someone sent me the article, and I was like, I'm sorry, what? And then I started like, which room would it be in?
Well, he knows where the aliens are. He's gonna share whiskey, and we will not get invaded because they want to keep it.
Hey, these are the ones that gave us whiskey.
But yeah, no. Pulling us back to the topic. It was interesting how the first March, April, May time frame, every brand was doing online stuff, trying to reach to every influencer they can, do live streams with each other, and then I think in the last 2 months or so, I hardly see.
Yeah, correct. As I said,
once in a
they
while?
weren't consistent. It was flash in a pan. And Kevin, dude, that is a sick idea for a whiskey event, a whiskey picnic. That's so good. Like so good.
Do you really think it's gonna come back? I hope to, and this is where like I'm surprised they didn't reach out to like maybe like people like Drew who do like constant events physically going online like you did, or people like us that do our show every Tuesday, people that do shows once or twice a week, or YouTube videos like Josh's Dummies and so on. I'm surprised they didn't reach out to those people that do stuff on a consistent basis. Tag on
to like keep it going.
Yeah, it'd be like we'll use our platform, right? The Whiskey Untitled, sponsored by Ardbeg.
So some of them
do those things consistently. Talk about
some of them did reach out though, because other people already have platforms that are going. So like I really like, I know this is gonna sound weird, and I've already mentioned since I was listening to it earlier, but Bourbon Lands, they've found themselves, they're used to bringing people to their location. This is weird, but instead of bringing people to the location, now they find themselves contacting a lot more people because they have to use like Zoom and Skype and everything. So like they're contacting people they didn't even think about contacting before. So it's making it more interesting and bringing more people to like their platform, which is cool.
Yeah, no, I think that's really interesting. I'm just in my thought. I'm like, I personally think this is the best time for me to fall in love with a brand because I can't visit. That's very selfish of me. I understand, but
no. I mean, from a marketing standpoint, you're right. There should be brands that should be reaching out to like whiskey influencers at this time to get them ready for like, hey, in 2021 when we open up, like, be ready to come here. Like, yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I'm just surprised that like we used the Highland Park because we went there, right? Like people be like, hey, really excited for you guys. We're opening this date, right? Because July next year, something like that. That's when.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're gonna open up in this. We would love to take you through over here if you pay for this or half whatever the money thing is, and then bring it to them, and then also talk about the trip, right? Like, hey, you're gonna be visiting these things, so maybe during your time before that, we can highlight it. You can talk about it. That's one mindset, right?
Like, it's funny because they're like Scotland. If you look at Scotland has a list of countries that they'll allow people to travel freely from right now. And America's like not on it because we're on some red list. But you can still go if you're from America. You just have to quarantine 2 weeks when you get there. You take your trip, and then you have to quarantine 2 weeks when you get back to America. So your 1 week vacation is 5 weeks long now. It doesn't make any sense.
And see, the thing is like, and that's where like I was a company. William Graham Sons like, this is investment in. Hey, I understand you're going to be quarantined, but here's all the things you can. That's hard for some people, but I know there's a lot of people out there, but like out there that.
That's a good idea for a video though, like how to connect with whiskey brands during.
And then the other thing is like just even doing these things like this week, like, hey, on Wednesday we're going to talk about the 12. Next week Wednesday we're going to talk about the 15. Like talking about your bottles and
break it down.
Yeah, like break it down, like because can't.
Yeah, but that's it. So I think the reason that all the whiskey ambassadors were doing that, like all those videos, is because you're getting paid, but you're not doing anything. So you need to do something. So I think they were making videos for the sake of making videos, which is never good for content. Now, if you were a whiskey ambassador, obviously you would have thought of that idea. Like every week we can do a breakdown of our core line, and then we can like bring people into the fold. That would be sick because tons of people have your core line, especially enthusiasts, and they can join and come along in the adventure.
Yeah, I just think it for me like
Tahiti.
You're still trying to sell a product. That makes sense. Like that's your job as a.
Correct.
And that's where I'm surprised more didn't team up. Like I saw Drew had like Star Society had a few,
Some did.
but like
Some of them did, but a lot of them did
I
not.
would have loved it to be a series because I like these flash in the pans, like you said, they were boring because I'm like I'm getting all this information, and then you get a lot of drunk people on the other. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like I understand, like I want to have a good time. You know, I want to have a good time. It's just sometimes I want to learn, sometimes I want to drink. So you have that learning session, and then you drink afterwards, talk about things. But unlike the real world, it's hard to have a conversation with 20 people on a Zoom call because everyone's using the same.
Yeah. Yeah. That it takes some of the social aspect away from like actually going to social events, because for social event you could break away and talk to an ambassador or talk to a person there you've met that you're very interested in talking to, as opposed to like you said, for a Zoom call, like if they have it set up so one person is the primary microphone, or whoever's loudest is the primary microphone, and that lady with the cat keeps taking over the whole Zoom call, and you're just like, why is this happening? Yeah, it's different. Like in real life, you could just be like, I'm ignoring her, and in Zoom calls, you're like, all I can see is her.
Um, so I don't know who Brendan. Is that the
David Blackmore, I assume, from Ardbeg.
and then it's mostly decided ripped out Aquavita format. Gregor, can you
Yeah,
break that
Ardbeg
down
and
a bit
Glenmore.
more? And then Limestone Industry contact me. I think that's pretty cool, Kevin. Maybe whiskey, clubs are doing these. Maybe just because we're
Wait,
not.
SMWS ripped off Aquavite's format?
That's kind of why I'm curious. What did they? And then yeah, Kevin, is this a common thing with your with your club or other clubs? Because maybe we're not in club scene, and that's why maybe the learning is happening there and not on our
So,
platforms.
I'm actually a member of a club here in Maryland, which is weird because I've only been to like 2 of their events, and I didn't really go to the regular meetings like all the other, but I still get invites and stuff. And so what they did is they wanted to do a local Amaro distillery or something, and so they worked with the distillery. Distillery made sample packs, and then you could go pick up your sample pack, and then you tuned into the live stream where they did it all together.
Okay, I did not know that the whiskey quiz, Joshua whiskey. Huh. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of whiskey quizzes. I'm pretty dumb.
Same.
Virtual pub format, I think that's a more.
Yeah, that's what this is every week.
Sorry, Aquavita.
No, that's not a ripoff. It's just a common format. It can't be a ripoff if it's a common format.
We also started earlier, Aquavita.
But yeah, Roy's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy, and I really wish he got to meet. Huh. Hey, Kevin, how do you like these? Are they very educational? Sorry, we're focused on Kevin because he's part of Whiskey Club, and he's talking about how some of these guys are doing virtual tastings. That's really interesting. Like, I think that's one of the hardest parts for a whiskey company because shipping whiskey samples is technically. So, how do you do that legally, right?
They do it.
I know. I was want to say, like
hour,
and that's where I'm just like, how do you do it?
Because
like, and it is expensive, but then again, what's the price of a ticket line ambassador?
Correct. Plus, they're influencing whiskey influencers, so that's their goal. They want to ship it to you for free.
But yeah, no. I just personally think that it was a missed opportunity for a lot of these brands. Then again, like I'm not all seeing eye. I don't see happening clubs for. But I really wish that because I don't think I've ever fallen for any brand. Maybe Bren, but I haven't tried their whiskey because of how Allison interacts with social media. I think she does a really good, especially like the things with Tracy. Like she's not really talking about her brand, but she's just explaining the business aspect of her brand.
Yeah,
I think it's really, really insightful. Like, if I wanted to open her brand, how much work would I have to put in? And all the things she calls all the time, doing reps, things that she has to do because she's getting all these things is really. I don't see that. So I don't know if I'm falling in love with the brand or the person that's running.
Or just Allison.
Yeah, right. But
she got a man. Calm down.
No, I'm just like
you're married.
I'm married. I'm not falling with her, but I'm just the aspect of it, right?
I got you.
And like I wish that like Shimon mentioned David Blackmore. Like, got these pinnacle people, brands. I wish they were like more out there.
Have you not been seeing David Blackmore? In case any of you guys in chat ever want to have a conversation with David, just hit him up. I had an hour-long conversation back and forth with him on Instagram, and like I just had a couple of questions, and it snowballed. And like, dude's super cool to talk to. But I've talked to him in real life too.
I think that's probably it. Like, I want to talk to them in real life, and then kind of do that. But like, just having that opportunity to talk to these, just and us being who we are, not like we're not special or. So like, I wish we had more of that. Like,
all you gotta do is do it.
I know I'm lazy, but like I just wish brands put that more out there. I think we saw that one with Bianca and the high heel thing, and the lady.
Oh, that was funny.
Who was that lady? You know what?
Chocolate?
No, the lady that.
Which lady?
Was it Glenmo? Head lady.
Oh, from Glendronic?
Yeah, Glendronic. The head lady. She recorded the video thanking
for them. That was actually really cool.
And I'm like, that would make anybody part of that group fall in love with that brand, being like, someone personally did that. And then I think the ambassador says, I've never done this before. She even talked about their event, personally tailored that video.
Correct.
Thank you, Drew. But like that stuff, man, that is what you want more of. The people that you don't even think you can on making the whiskey head honcho.
I mean, it's head honcho for male or female. It doesn't matter.
There you go.
Head honcho is the person in charge.
Yeah, and doing that, like, that is what. Imagine chatting to the nose, or even saying something about your process. You guys, how cool would that be?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, isn't that the trick for brands though that want to market? Is that they figure out a way to create connections with their customers, like real connections.
And that's where I think this is the perfect, like, companies like Nike are doing it. Companies like Foot Locker, like those people, like, I'm in that space, so I know, like, they're reaching out to people every single.
Yeah, and Shimon, that's not fair because Kieran he was a comedian previously, even before he started working with any brand. He's just funny all around. He's a heck of a personality.
Yeah, no, like, and this is where, like, I feel as though that these marketing teams just stuck in their ways and wrote it out and thought it was going to.
No, there are definitely some of these smaller brands that have old school marketing teams that have no idea what they're doing. For sure. Like, you can see that in some of the smaller brands. But I think most of the bigger brands have ambassadors that already have personalities and that can just transfer, like, that can kind of segue into making, Instagram videos without hurting themselves too badly.
And no offense to the brand ambassadors. I know they're doing their best they can, but I'm just
absolutely, but that's not really like their job, right? It's like, hey, did you figure out how to do lighting and that's not like normal.
Backgrounds.
Yeah.
If no one has the equipment, like how hard it was to find a webcam.
Yeah. Microphone. Which is why I told you if we were ever going to do that, we should.
You broke up. I have a second.
What? No, I was saying if we ever needed to like have conversations with people that were live across the country, we could just mail them a laptop and a webcam with self-addressed stamped envelope that they can mail it back in.
I have a webcam. I don't think I probably have a microphone.
I'm just saying that'd be the way to do it so that people can like, oh, here's how I tune in. Have the laptop already set up so they can just Skype right in or Discord right in.
Yeah, and in my head, I'm like, how hard is it to find some guy with a webcam or some type of media influence?
It's easy to find a girl with a webcam. Have you heard of OnlyFans?
And walk around the distillery and show us things.
For $50.
Just you wait. Wally's OnlyFans showing his whiskey bottle collection pouring.
I just show my booty hole in there.
I wonder if anyone would pay for an OnlyFans of just pouring music.
It's good money. Don't judge me.
Just pouring.
You can make an OnlyFans for anything, but most people call it Patreon and do it when they're pouring things.
And thank you guys for supporting our Patreon. We really appreciate your support. I thank you guys so much. We really appreciate
accidental segue there. What is this? With the increase of SMWS bottles, has it impacted the quality? I don't know if it's impacted quality at all, but I know what it has impacted. My callousness. I used to click in to go to watch the live videos. Now I feel like there's one at least twice a day.
Twice a week. Yeah.
And so because there's 7 times a day, I get off of work and I have 4,000 emails that say how many times to watch, and I can't do it.
I don't know what. Oh well, it's OnlyFans is, but we will link it below.
Shimon's already
We'll
a
link it
fan of
down
my
below.
OnlyFans. But I love how he's trying to play coy, pretending he's never heard of it.
Yeah, I know. He's the #1 supporter. You know, he's paying for all the stuff that's on there. I don't know.
Essentially,
Tokens?
supporting me like
Is
crazy.
it
It's
tokens
crazy.
or credits? I don't
So
know.
good.
Whatever they have on there. And
Wait, you really? Is there a different currency on there or something?
I don't
I've
know.
never been.
I'm
dead
assuming
serious.
so. It's legal to send money online and stuff like that, so they have to do like
Oh, yeah.
credit stuff or tokens or some shit.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude, that's why like all these like that's why Twitch and stuff has bits and stuff. You can't really send money.
Oh, I didn't know that. On Twitch, I support somebody through, but it, like
You don't
what?
give them money. You give them bits. You buy the bits.
I didn't realize this.
Yeah, that's why only. I think
You
it's
know
only.
what's funny?
I think it's only
do
YouTube
you know what-
that do it.
Do you know why I know about OnlyFans? I follow car YouTubers that are always making jokes about their girlfriends getting put 2 and 2 together, and I was like, is this some kind of site where people just show their feet and then people give them
So
money?
half naked
But it
lady
turns
on
out
a
to
car.
show you can show anything. Somebody was joking with me at a church of all places, saying that they just show their booty hole, and I was like, "What's wrong with you? It's a dude, a dude."
All right, but you don't know that it's a booty hole.
Yeah, booty hole's booty hole.
Zoom home.
Is it
Zoom in
$20? It's $20.
Yeah, $20. But yeah, no. Guys, let us know in the comments below if you guys really think that Wally should open their OnlyFans, and what do you guys think about how brands are doing right now? I think
Don't tell us. I'll do it.
I personally think that they will actually be very excited to hear what you guys think about how they are doing on the social medias and how could they improve. I don't think there's enough voices out there telling them that this is what you guys should be targeting, because it's not that hard.
So I don't think that
free advice.
they'll even listen to that. I think what will happen is there will be other groups, like say Society 305, who's coming up with creative ideas and events that they can still have without much brand support, minus like maybe product, and they're still carrying on and doing what they need to do. It puts you in a good place for when you do stuff like that. Like that's how Tracy became a brand ambassador. That's how Jenny Wren became a brand ambassador. That's how a lot of brand ambassadors became brand ambassadors. They're already doing stuff in the whiskey community that was educating people in a way that just made it a natural segue. I know Whiskey Library would be brand ambassadors if it wasn't for the fact that like now they just do corporate parties, and corporate parties pay a lot of money.
Yeah, true. Anyway, guys, really appreciate your support. This was just more of a rambling video. Just want to express our thoughts on how things are. We're how many months now, or how many days now into the whole pandemic issue?
10 years.
It's just nice, and it puts things in perspective, and it makes me want to visit Scotland as soon. Fall in love with these brands, and again, after a while, you're just like you're getting hit in the head with the same thing over and over. Gotta move on.
Just so you guys know, you don't have to go find the OnlyFans. Google it, because what you guys see here is above the waist. OnlyFans right now is getting the below the waist. And
camera number 3, guys. It's camera number 3.
You guys are missing out.
Look at his face.
You guys are missing out, because below the waist is everything you want to see. Hope you got $20.
And on that note, guys, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. We might not be here next week. I'm gonna take a mental break.
Sabbatical.
They call it mental break. My bosses make break. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your time. We're actually gonna be smoking, so we might go on.
It's kind of stuff my OnlyFans sees.
No, this is what they see, man. Ready?
This is the kind of stuff my OnlyFans sees.
Alrighty then. On that note,
$20 is $20. Deuces.